Alright, so this is just going to be a highlight of Asia session on December 5th. So basically what happened was we identified AUDJPY to be the best chart because it made this lower low broke structure on the 4-hour with some imbalance like stuff with an aggressive move up. And then we looked to target the 4-hour sponsor area of that break of structure, changing character, and the 50%. Come down here onto entry time frame. We see price slowly enter the point of interest, and then around late New York, pre-Asia, we see this impulsive move to the upside, breaking structure. We then have London open, or not London, Asia open, Sydney open with this slight weak higher high, and then a second one, and then price retraces down to the very sponsor area, which could have been your V2 entry. So you would have seen this break of structure, and then it retraces and makes a higher high. So that would have been your changing character break of structure. You could have entered here off of this area. And another thing to back that up would be there is all this imbalance, insufficient price action in here that needed to be cleaned out along with or taken care of along with this bit of liquidity in here, and that would have told you you're better off entering off of this area as opposed to the break of structure area. In addition to that, the break of structure was rather weak, but it was there, whereas this changing character, the very sponsor area, was what really sponsored that big move break to the upside. So that would have been the most key area in this situation. So that would have been your V2, your validity 2. And then on this trade, we are lucky enough to get a V3. And that is when we come down to this V2 area. You can also see with this one, the higher break of structure sponsor area on the 1 minute coming into this area. Well, it did retrace it once already, so first of all, it's not unmitigated. Second of all, it comes very aggressively into the zone, doesn't slow down at all. Thirdly, it has that imbalance. So then moving on to the V3, what we can see is it taps this V2 area, breaks structure, and then makes another higher high. And seeing this liquidity under here might not have made you want to go for an entry based on the break of structure sponsor area, but instead you would rather consider this whole area. And what you could have also done, which would have worked out, is after that V2 just looked for a change in character and then entered on retracement right here, got in here. You would have to sit through this and this, and hopefully you would have, personally I would have waited for a closure above here to break it even, but that is how you could have gotten in on a re-entry. And then after that, it was off for a, if you would have taken it just to here, that's a 1 to 8, and this one would have been a 1 to 7. It would have went a bit higher. Right now sitting at about a 1 to 10. This one would have been a 1 to 8.5. So that's just the Asia session highlights, the best trade, and how this all worked in real time. Additional, just add in here, I don't have it, but basically the COT was rather bearish for the AUD and JPY, but more so for AUD than JPY, but we're longing it because of this 4-hour demand here that price is tapping into for at least a scalp buy. So with that, that was the highlight.